and these comments are accusing people of things like racism and fat phobia. I think what Mattel Creations is doing is an absolute scam. It's a scam.
It is a scam. Like, what the Hi Plastics, welcome back to Strips in Plastic.
And if this is your first time watching us here on Dripped in Plastic, my name is Sean.
I'm Stefan.
And here on Dripped in Plastic, we do everything dolls from Monster High to Rainbow High, Bratz, and of course Barbie. If you enjoy that kind of content, make sure you stick around and don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate each and every one of you who subscribe to our channel. It means so much to us. And yeah, become a plastic today, guys.
Guys, Monster High Fang Vote is back and it's worse than ever.
So if you didn't know already, 2025 is Monster High's third Fangvote doll release. Now, this year's was revealed at Mattel Creations' 2025 reveal event that it was going to be Catty Noir. And as of the time of recording this video, this morning Monster High dropped on their Instagram page a video revealing what the Fang Club Catty Noir doll is going to look like.
And to our surprise, it's a G3 Catty.
Guys, we all expected like a Gen 1 Catty Noir doll, just like all the other Fangvote releases and Selectors.
So the question is why?
Why a Gen 3 Catty doll? Why a G3 doll in general? You know, that video was just a brief summary of the Fangvote doll and how the voting is going to work, how there will be 2 different rounds and everything, which we will get into with you guys. Let's unpack this with you guys today. Why is Monster High and Mattel Creations giving us a Fangvote doll that is a Gen 3 doll?
Man, this morning when I saw the post, I thought it's something else. It's not Fangvote, you know? I saw Catty, I'm like, oh, another Catty G3, I'm down for it. And then I saw, when I got to the part that we can choose and vote, I'm like, no, this is Fangvote.
Yeah.
This is outrageous.
I didn't actually see the drop straight away. We were quite busy this morning. And it wasn't until I actually saw a message from the House of Dolls. Shout out to the House of Dolls. She was surprised as well that it was going to be a Gen 3 doll and not a G1 doll. So, I mean, I guess for us, we were just a bit like, why? At first, I was just like, I don't understand. I thought this was a Selector doll, like a collector doll. I mean, look, guys, my opinion, and I'm pretty sure most people have this same opinion. I know there's some out there that probably don't, but my opinion is that Selected dolls are supposed to be the alumni, like, revival of, like, the Gen 1 dolls, right?
Yes.
That's what we've come to know it as. I mean, most people who have a Fang Club membership probably only collect Monster High's Gen 1 dolls and collector dolls, not Gen 3 dolls.
Correct, because it's the only way that we could get G1 dolls.
100%.
You know, we can't go to a store and buy Monster High G1. It's just G3, as you guys can see. We have so many G3 dolls here.
Exactly. And speaking of that, before any of you guys come into the comments and try and hate on us and drag us for what we're saying about this today, we love G3. G3 is actually the line that got us collecting Monster High, to be honest with you. We knew about Monster High before, but we weren't collecting dolls. And when G3 came along and we fell in love with their dolls, we deep dived into the brand and started getting Gen 1 dolls and going back and getting Selectors and, you know, getting second-hand dolls and all these kinds of things. I mean, you can just look back on our channel and you can hear us talk about it time and time again. Like Stefan said over here, we've got all of Gen 3 here. And look, there's Catty there, chilling.
Catty. She's over here.
Oh, here. Wrong doll.
Yeah.
But there she is right there. See, you know, she's over there. We love her. We love Gen 3. I think what Mattel Creations is doing is an absolute scam. It's a scam.
It is a scam. Like, what the The reason why we at Dripped in Plastic got Fang Club membership in the first place is to collect the Quip production.
100%.
Right? And they're G1.
To collect reproduction, to get the Skeletor dolls.
Exactly.
Like our first Skeletor doll was Black Lagoon actually, to get those early releases and everything, you know, and it was for Gen 1 dolls.
Yeah.
It wasn't for Gen 3 dolls. If we want Gen 3 dolls, we can go to Kmart, we can go to Big W, we can go to Target, we can go to Toymate, we can go to all our department stores here in Australia, and we can get Gen 3 dolls. Can you get Gen 1 dolls from the stores? No, you cannot.
No.
Only for a brief window of period of time where you can get a pre-production doll when they're first released. They sell out like that because everyone wants them and because they only have a minimal stock. So I mean, yes, they do pop up in stores, but they're not there being continuously reproduced just like the Gen 3 line. That is the current line. And so in saying that, Real Drama, for example, which we've touched on that news, go check that out, is coming to our stores here in Australia very soon. But again, that's going to be the same case as pre-production. We don't get Skeletor dolls in the stores. Like, we're not going to have Dead Fast Ghoulia in the stores. We're not going to have the Addams Family 2-pack in the stores. We're not going to have, like, all these kinds of things. The thing is about it that when it comes to Gen 1, let me just put this out there, guys. This is not about Gen 1 versus Gen 3.
No.
Like, this is not what it's about. We love both. They're both near and dear to our hearts. So let's just get that off the table, because we've been seeing a lot of comments that that's what people are complaining about. But that is not the case for most people. Look, for some people, it might be that case. Maybe they hate Gen 3 and they only want Gen 1 dolls. And you know what? That's their opinion. But the majority of people who are talking about this or being attacked actually love both and can appreciate both. And we're one of those people. The bigger picture here, guys, and what you're all failing to see, is that Mattel are absolutely scamming us right now. Because the thing is, right, if you compare, take a look at Jennifer's Fangvote doll, take a look at Rochelle's Fangvote doll, and take a look at half of the Skelectors. The quality, the difference in the things you could choose, the amount of stuff. Now, we weren't around collecting Monster High when those Fangvotes came out. Actually, we were with Jennifer, but we were very new, so we didn't know about all the Fang Club and everything, so we kind of missed that window of opportunity, unfortunately. We were sort of around when that was happening. But, you know, you compare that, it's not the same. You wouldn't make Vampire Heart Draculaura a G3 doll.
Exactly.
You just wouldn't. You wouldn't make Stitch in Style Frankie a G3 doll.
No.
It would cheapen the quality. They're playline dolls. I mean, yes, Gen 1 were playline dolls, but playline dolls back then, guys, and we all know this to be true, were higher quality. It's just the way it is.
It's just the truth.
It doesn't mean we don't love Gen 3, but going back to that, what I was trying to say about Mattel scamming us, let's take a look at the options that they've given us. Now, I'm going to grab an iPad here so we can take a look at the screen so we know exactly what we're talking about with you guys. So the options we have are, there's going to be 2 rounds. Round 1 is about the design. We'll be able to get to choose her hair, her makeup, and her accessory. Her one accessory, mind you, one accessory. Her shoes, and that's it for, you know, round 1. Round 2 is just the box design, okay? Not enough choices regardless, but that's a whole nother opinion. We get 2 options for her hair. We get either a half up style or a ponytail. For her makeup, we get her star power look, which is like pink stars, or we get metallic mirror, which is like a shattered mirror. For her shoes, we get silver superstition, which is like these silver boots with these pink platforms and a heel, and petrifying pink, which is these sort of ruched pleather metallic pink knee-high boots with this like interesting silver platform. Then the final thing we get to choose in round 1 is one accessory. Okay, we get to choose either the dripping bling mic set or the looking sharp headset, which also has a microphone, obviously.
First of all, the hair, anyone can do that kind of hair. You can just change the hair on your doll. But the thing that upsets me the most is accessories. One accessory. Like, I thought it shouldn't be an option. It should be both.
I understand as well, like, for performative wise, like, why they're going to have a microphone and why
or
they're
just
have a
have the
headset.
headgear without the microphone. You know? And then for her to hold the microphone.
Yeah, I do love the microphone on the headset, though. I think that's really cool. But I don't see why she can't have both accessories too. Like, I mean, there's plenty of dolls that have double ups on accessories that do maybe the same thing. It just feels like we're getting some corners cut here.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, her makeup, it's cute. I really like the metallic mirror one. That's my personal favorite, to be honest with you. But again, I could expect to see that on a Gen 3 like Monster Ball doll or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like Catty Noir goes to the Monster Ball.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, both makeup looks are beautiful, but nothing that sophisticated, you know?
Nothing that like extravagant that's like, you know, it's not that crazy to be honest. The shoes, I prefer the pink shoes over the silver shoes.
I do too. The silver shoes are just rubbish.
Yeah.
I don't like
But
them
also
at all.
again, like I could see this easily being on a regular Playline doll, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's not screaming Skellacta to me. The quality feels cheap. I mean, even let's talk about her outfit, you know, like her outfit is literally just a fancier version of her core doll.
Yeah, this should have been her core refresh.
Honestly, this looks like a core refresh. But honestly, guys, the silhouette of it reminds me of Rainbow High Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
And yo gave it so much hate.
What is that black thing at the bottom? I'm sorry, but that is stupid. As far as I'm concerned, that is ridiculous. I do not like it. I think it's not worth the Skellacta price. And speaking of price, guys, here in Australia, guys, this is going to cost us about 160 Australian dollars.
Excluding shipping.
Exactly. Like, just put that into perspective for a second. When I can go and buy a $20 Catty Noir doll and put her in something similar to this and style her hair that way. Yeah, I might not get the makeup look, but you know, anyone who has enough customization skills out there can probably create these makeup looks pretty simply. I just think it's very disappointing when you look at Ginnifire's Fangvote doll and you look at Rochelle's.
Yeah.
They're really nice. Or even if you look at Venus's Skellacta doll, which in my opinion, everyone gave her so much hate over that bodysuit. They're like, oh, it's just a bodysuit and nothing more. And Catty Noir's is not just a silver romper.
Make it make sense.
Come on, guys. At least Venus had an intricate, designed like Victoria's Secret vine wings.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Catty Noir's got a freaking toilet scrub around her body. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm reading this to filth. You know, if you like the doll, that's up to you.
If you want to be scammed, go for it.
But honestly, guys, you're allowed to love this doll if you like it. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a subjective, you know, taste, and that's okay. But the bigger issue here, in my opinion, is that Mattel are taking away what we come to know and expect as a Gen 1 doll. Like we've said, you cannot get these collector dolls in the stores. Like, you cannot get Gen 1 in stores, you know, only those rare occasions once a year when you can get a pre-production in store. You just can't. This time around, we were excited to get a Fangvote doll because we didn't get them in the past and we wanted them today. Well, we wanted one this year, but look at where we are and we're getting a G3 doll. I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, they could have done better. Let's take a look at what everyone else's opinions are. So first, we're going to take a look at some of the comments that people were not impressed that it was not a Gen 1 doll. This comment says, no G1, bunch of question marks, pass. That got 59 likes. And another comment from Doll Dad, who is also here on YouTube. This is just a no, we wanted G1. 88 likes with that one too.
The next comment is from our bestie, the House of Dolls. To be honest, I was hoping for a G1 Catty. This doll just looks like what her G3 should have actually been dressed as. Lol. She's beautiful, but not what I consider a collectible. Sad face. And that comment has got 231 likes. Yay! A reply to that comment that says, oh my god, that's exactly what I was thinking. She looks like what her base doll should have been.
This one's from Cleo's Niles saying the same thing. I thought G1, and as you can see, people are agreeing with Cleo as well in the comments there. And it obviously shows that this was the expectation for this doll.
Next comment, well, my wallet is saved, she's G3.
This next comment says, it's crazy how y'all claim to be Monster High fans yet don't keep in mind what Monster High taught us as an audience. Maybe stop being blinded by nostalgia and actually appreciate G3 has kept this brand alive. While I can validate some points in that, I also think that this response to that person is pretty much sums up what's going on here. Nobody has to like G3 and I can still call myself a Monster High fan if I only like G1. Then maybe no one should call themselves a Monster High fan because no one likes G2 as well, although it's a part of Monster High.
Spot on.
Honestly, it's a really good point because it's, again, we've said this earlier in this video, but it's not about Gen 1 versus Gen 3. It's about what this release means. Does this mean for the future releases of Skeletor, which we will get into as well. Another comment that's really good here is, you guys better not do this to the upcoming Claudine collector doll. She deserves a G1 doll.
Oh my god, I love Claudine so much and I love that sketch, guys. Do not do that to her. Honestly.
Yeah. And the thing is, we love Gen 3 Claudine as well, but it's not, Gen 3 is still not on the caliber of Gen 1 collector dolls. They're just not. And I think we all know that. I think it's just hard for some people to admit that. They could easily make a Gen 3 collector line that has the expectation of being Gen 3, which we'll also touch on what our opinions about that a bit later, so stay tuned for that.
Alright, the next comment says, the collector dolls need to stay in G1, we agree. This is a strange switch up. Why Catty out of every character to choose from? To me, this feels like the beginning of the end of G1 and we need to revolt against it.
100%. And I also think that, you know, there was another comment similar to this one. I can't find the comment now, but I did see it saying, you know, if you're going to choose a G3 character to start doing collectors with, why not choose one of the main 4 girls? Why is it, you know, a random side character as the start of a G3 collector, you know? Like, choose one of the main 4. Why isn't it Claudine? Why isn't it Draculaura? This comment says, it's not what I expected. It just reminds me of her basic G3 doll. Where's the creativity? I'm happy with G3, but it's not giving. I guess we have to see. And this person replied, not worth $90. I don't feel this will go well, honestly, because she looks so close to core G3 Catty. That's so true, guys. I mean, it's like, how can you make a very similar design? The design is not that different at all from her core doll. It, like Stefan said earlier, it looks almost like a core refresh doll, which in saying that, this brings me to the next comment that touches on this too.
I think a G3 collector doll could be good, but done right. But this is literally G3 Catty's core outfit, but fancier.
See, this is what I mean. Everyone's seeing it. You know, it's not that different to her core doll.
Yeah.
And someone added this link saying, yes, oh my god, exactly. And showed, you know, her core doll, same color story, same vibe, almost the same outfit, just a little different. It's a romper, not a dress. Like, come on. And this person goes, yeah, but first glance with the post, I was like, oh, I'm sure the pictures look really nice. But no, this fully just looks like a playline doll. She's gorgeous concept for sure. But I feel Mattel is losing sight of what us fans want. Honestly. And that comment there is really good because I feel like Mattel is losing sight, or they are just scamming us, you know, use a cheaper doll, use cheaper quality, and just pass it off as a Fang Vote collector doll. Like, come on, guys, let's not fall for this scam.
Honestly.
Now, there are so many comments that will pop over the screen here for you guys that, you know, a lot of people feel the exact same way as us, like saying that it should be Gen 1. We don't understand why it's Gen 3. We expected it to be Gen 1. There's so much in the community right now that people are very perplexed by this decision that Mattel has made. Now, in saying that, there are also other people defending the choice, which is okay. You know, there's some good, okay comments out there. They're like, you know what? I'm excited for a Gen 3 Catty collector doll. Yeah. You know, and fair enough to you if you are. I still think you're falling for this scam. However, like, that is your choice to like it or not. But there are some really bad comments out there, which is what we really wanted to talk to you guys about today. And these comments are accusing people of things like racism and fat phobia. Let me read you some comments first. And these aren't the worst ones either. You can just literally go on Monster High's Instagram post, have a look at the comments, scroll through, and you'll see people being attacked left, right, and center over just not wanting this to be a Gen 3 doll. So this comment on Facebook says, mind you, G3 has better face sculpts, better bodies, etc. Now, I'm going to pause there for a minute. That's an okay opinion. If you have that opinion about Gen 3, that's fine. I love Gen 3. So I agree that they have beautiful face sculpts. I don't think they have better. I think they just have good in their own way. And I think Monster High Gen 1 has good in their own way too. I think they're both good for different reasons. But that, again, is my opinion. So this person is definitely entitled to their opinion. However, what they start to say next is what bothers me. The only reason people are disappointed is because she's plus size. Had this been a G1 Catty, everyone would be gagging. Making assumptions that people are just not into this doll because she's plus size is not okay. That is not the truth. And to make people feel that way. You're not going to let people express their real emotions around this, and then Monster High are going to continue thinking that this is okay to do. But it's not okay to replace a Gen 1 line and just smear it with Gen 3 dolls. It's just not. Like, if you like Gen 3 Catty, there's nothing wrong with that. But we're here to collect Gen 1 Monster High with the Fang Club and the Skelector. That's as simple as that. This person goes, no, it's because her price, at least for me, which that's fine. This person also, defended people and said, I don't think it's because she's plus size. I think if the last Fang Vote was G3 Genifier, everyone would have been disappointed as well. Some people just like Gen 1 better. I love Gen 3 Catty, but I must admit I'm also disappointed not because she's plus size, but because I got into collecting Monster High with G3 and like being able to have the chance at getting Gen 1 dolls not from resellers. Now, we relate to this comment a lot because just like Michael here, we started collecting with Gen 3, just like we mentioned to you guys earlier, and we want Gen 1 dolls too, and this is the easiest way for us to get Gen 1 dolls. It's so easy to get Gen 3 dolls these days. Just have a look at your store shelves. This last comment says, dude, I mean, there was many more, but the last one we've got here says, dude, she's $90 US dollars and looks like her OG1 doll mashed with her Gen 3 doll. It's not something new or creative. That's why people are upset. I love representation, but not like this.
Agree.
And I think that's a fine comment. That's, I mean, I do see a lot of mashup between the looks there. The styling doesn't feel too Gen 1 to me, actually. It feels very Gen 3. And I think that's what most people have a problem with, because we expect the Gen 1 style with these collector dolls. It's just a simple fact, guys.
And guys, for us at Egyptian Plastic, right, we love G3 Catty so much. You guys can see she's there in the middle. And before we reshuffled the shelves, she was amongst the Monster Fest dolls, because we love her and she's a diva, and the rest of the dolls are concert goers, because that's how much we love her. But this time, it's not her time. It's G1 Catty. It should be that way.
Now, I'm going to read you this comment, guys. This girl goes, I feel like I'm the only one excited to get a plus-size G3 collector doll. I don't care if she's recycled. I'll happily pay the 170 Canadian dollars for this doll just because I feel a connection towards it. You can feel that way about a doll. If you feel connection towards a doll, there's plenty of dolls I feel connected to that look nothing like me. If you feel connected to the doll because of whatever reason, that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You're allowed to have that opinion. However, expecting other people to agree with that opinion and share the same opinion as you is not the same. And this person backed her up and said, you get it. But this person also said paying $200 for a doll just because she is fat. Is it any wonder why Mattel tries to scam us so often? And now I have to agree with this a little bit because, look, I don't agree with the whole thing, but I do agree with the scam part. I feel like people are just taking anything they will get because it resonates with them in some way, and they will pay that collector price, which is not okay. If this girl who commented feels like Catty Noir resonates with her so much, then go ahead and buy her core doll. Don't allow what resonates with you to take away from the rest of the fans and take away a collector line that is for collecting Skelectors and Gen 1 dolls just because of your attachment to a certain character.
100%.
I don't think that's okay. Let's look at Gulux Gulia, for example, right?
Bravo.
I love both Gen 1 and Gen 3 Gulia. A lot of people do not like Gen 3 Gulia. They think she looks like an alien. They think this and that. I probably like her because she does look like an alien.
I'm for it.
But, I love both. People would have hated if Gulia Gulux was her Gen 3 doll. Just think about that for a second.
Yeah, and I don't think she would have been sold out if she was G3.
100% not. There's no difference in body type really for her. They're pretty quite similar. Would people be told that? Would they have to hate her? I just don't understand the logic behind this. Getting into more of the negative side of things that people have said. Okay, this comment, for example, just fat phobic with 25 likes. Was that really necessary? Was that really necessary? You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. Like, it's got nothing to do with that. Look, I'm not saying maybe there's comments out there where people said things about that, about the size, about the weight. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I actually didn't come across any, and I tried to look for them, to be honest with you. But some people are claiming that some people did say it was for that reason. If that's the reason, yes, that's not okay. But the people who are getting attacked over just having an opinion, just like us, are being told they're fat phobic or racist, and that's not okay. And this one, for example, let's be honest, if she was skinny, everyone would love this doll. But since she's plus size, everyone is saying, what about G1 Catty? But again, then read the room, babes. It's not about that. It's simply about the fact that this is a Gen 1 collector release that we are used to and that we have the expectation of, and you're putting a Gen 3 doll in place. That's what it is.
The next comment says, I want G3. She looks better than the anorexic, wobbly, garbage G1 Catty. Crying face. Y'all need to let go of the nostalgia. Why is that okay to say something like that online?
First of all, this was just simply to a comment by Cleo's Nile that literally just stated that they were expecting it to be Gen 1. So adding in about anorexia and stuff, like you guys are preaching, this same person was preaching in other comments saying, calling people fat phobic. This person is literally talking about anorexia. Where's the line, guys? Look, this channel is not a political channel. We are not about that here. But also I think this toxicity needs to be addressed right now, because it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's insane.
Grow the up and realize that we all have different opinions, and that is okay, but you do not need to attack people on the internet about this ridiculous stuff and claim that people are a certain thing when they are not. And also, this same person wrote this. Now, this comment is really interesting, guys. And if this person is watching this, your comment is stupid. I'm sorry, but it is. They said, nobody looks like Gen 1 Catty. Nobody looks like Gen 3 Catty either, I hate to tell you. No one is a werecat with a big ass tail and purple fur. Okay? Please tell me where someone looks like Gen 3 Catty. So your comment is redundant. Yes, I'm very worked up over this person's comments, because you go and look for yourself. This person decided to comment on so many things and trash so many people over nothing.
Next comment says, I was hoping for a G1 Catty since I don't have any. Us too. We don't have any G1 Catty, and we were looking forward to this release so bad because we want her in box. We want to have the first Catty Noir unboxing experience. Okay? But we've been robbed.
And you know, speaking of like difference of opinion, as we saw, there were a couple of different opinions there. Cleo's Nile, also a shout out to them. They, you know, posted up some comments as well, just saying their opinion. That person's comment was actually under Cleo's Nile's post. And even this comment, for example, had said, they're the same design with a different body type. I don't get the complaints. You know, people, this is like a nicer comment, to be honest with you. People were giving them a bit of crap, you know, and they didn't say anything rude. They just simply said that they wanted a Gen 1 doll, and that's what they expected from this Fangvote release. And people were just dragging people through the comments, calling them fat phobic, calling them racist. I'm sorry, but racist, where does that lie there? I'm sorry, but she's a werecat. She's a Monster High doll who's a werecat. What is her race? Monster race? I don't know. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's like, wake up and stop acting like this. It is absolutely stupid. We're supposed to be people who are collecting dolls. We're supposed to be having fun. We're supposed to be, yes, we are allowed to dislike a doll and like a doll, but you do not need to drag each other and bring political dramas into this crap. This is not what this world is about. And you know what? I want our channel to be a point of difference of that. This is probably the most negative you're ever going to see us here on this channel, because we're really upset about this backlash that some of our friends are getting. Like,
over nothing.
Speaking of the House of Dolls, you know, like that comment telling her to go and cry. Like, she's not having a cry. She's bringing up a statement of a true fact. And we don't want to see our other friends getting dragged around like this over having an opinion. It is not fair. It is not nice. Stop bullying each other over stupid things, over things that are just non-existent. No one said that they don't like the fact that she's a big doll. People were buying her doll in the core doll. People have done restyles of her doll. I've seen her doll everywhere all over Instagram. Her core doll I'm referring to.
Yeah.
And, you know, so people, we have the doll. We love her too. But this is not okay to start dragging everyone because you think a certain thing. It's just not fun.
Alright guys, as we stated, we all expected this to be a G1 doll, but instead we got a G3 doll. While talking to the House of Dolls, she brought up Laguna Fancy as a G3 collector doll. Why couldn't this be done for Catty Noir? So G3 Catty Noir can have a collector doll looking a bit fancier. We don't mind paying a bit more, but G3 would have their own category in the collectors section.
Yeah, like give G3 that collector line.
Yeah.
You know? And I understand, like, you know, I saw a lot of comments as well where people were saying, oh, you know, G3 deserves a collector doll, like, why does Gen 1 always get one, etc., etc. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that sentiment. That's a valid opinion. I just think, you know, there should be a separation for that, right? So then, because most people who, again, like I said earlier, have a fan club membership, probably predominantly collecting Gen 1 dolls.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we have ours, you know, like Stefan said earlier. So yeah, I think that's a great point. I think like us and the House of Dolls think that, you know, Fancy Laguna is a great example, making a Gen 3 doll in a collector form. Why couldn't that be done for Catty Noir in this case, instead of making Catty Noir's Gen 3 doll take over that space of a Fang Vote that is expected to be Gen 1?
We love both generations, right? We're collecting both generations, but it doesn't mean that both cannot coexist in collector dolls, in collector doll forms.
Yeah.
The whole point of fan club is to honor and celebrate Monster High roots. You know, that's why we're all collecting G1 through these releases. Not having G1 Catty Noir for this release just erase her existence almost. And replacing Catty G3. We love Catty G3, but it would send a wrong message to the fans, you know? Like they would honor and appreciate new designs than bringing back what we love or what we people have a deep connection to. In this case, it's Catty G1.
Yeah, 100%. Like the G1 designs are forever iconic, and you know, I think G3 is iconic in its own right too. But you know, I definitely think that there could have been other options that they could have taken, just like the Fancy Laguna route, like we mentioned. It makes me wonder, like, what does this mean for the Skellactor lines? Like, does this mean that they're going to go the G3 route? I saw a lot of people say, you know, using Young-hee in the Squid Games collector doll as an example, saying that she's a Gen 3 doll, but she actually isn't.
We highly disagree with that statement. She's not.
Well, if you have her, you'll know that she has Gen 1 Monster High hands. Her face sculpt is not like any G3 face sculpt. It is more accurate to a Gen 1 face sculpt. If anything, it's a modified Gen 1 doll.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, because when you have it in your hands, you can kind of tell. There is still a difference between that compared to a Gen 3 doll.
Yeah.
I guess it's about quality, right? Like, because when you look at Gen 3 versus Gen 1, there is a difference in quality. Like, it's pretty obvious. Well, guys, final thoughts. I think overall, there is definitely a divide in the community right now, and for a number of reasons. Some of those reasons are super valid. Like, you know, people are allowed to love or dislike Gen 1. People are allowed to love both. It doesn't really matter about those things. I think it's some of the other things that might be the problem in the community at the moment.
And guys, we should all be allowed to have different opinions, okay? For this release, some of you might like her and will get her, and some of us do not, and that's okay. We should be kind to one another and should not accuse people of any opinions that they did not make.
I think that's very damaging, because, you know, you're accusing someone of being a certain thing that is not true, and that's not nice, and it's really not fair. You know, I think, you know, to summarize this for you guys, I personally think that Mattel choosing this route to go down the path of making a G3 doll in replacement of what we've come to know and expect is, like I said earlier, a bit of a scam. And if you intend on giving them your money, at this collector price for a doll that just looks like a core refresh doll of Catty's core doll, then that is your choosing to do so, obviously. But with the options that we have, with, you know, for the different voting, it's not that strong. For her design overall, it's not that strong. It's really a weak doll, and it also is removing Gen 1 out of the collector's realm, which is what we've come to know, what we've come to love, and most Monster High fans look forward to. And I think that, to me, to us, is, you know, it's not okay. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, and it makes you feel like Mattel are just trying to find ways to, I don't know, cut some corners and get the G3 dolls out there more, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe her sales didn't do well. I've seen mixed opinions about that apparently she's on clearance everywhere now because she's not selling. I mean, she was the only doll here at one of our stores that were getting rid of their toys, and she was literally the only Monster High doll left. You know, maybe that does say something. Maybe people aren't buying her. We're giving Monster High a message that, hey, you can rob us of this high quality dolls that we are expecting and give us something low quality, and we'll still pay the same price.
Oh, do not do that, guys, for the rest of us. Oh my god, we need quality. Okay, they promise to give quality, they need to deliver it. And in this case, they're not delivering, and we should not give them our money. Fair and simple.
I know this video is probably a little bit controversial for some of you, and here on Drip Gym Plastic, we love to have so much fun with our dolls, with sharing our experience with dolls with you guys. Occasionally we have to talk about unfortunate things like this. And, you know, one of the takeaways that I really want you guys to take away from this video today: stop thinking that because someone doesn't like the choice of doll that it instantly means that they're fat phobic, or it instantly means that they're racist. Those statements are super redundant, and I don't want to see that here in the comments. If you are going to debate your opinion in the comments, you're more than welcome to, but please do so respectfully. Do not go calling people in our comment section fat phobic or racist. We will not stand for it. I'm just going to put that out there right now, because it's not okay. This is supposed to be a fun place. Doll collecting is supposed to be fun, and we should all be hanging out together in the comments. Like, we all live in different countries, we all live in different cities, whatever. You know, we all share the same passion. Let's all, like, care about each other. And if we have a difference of opinion, debate that difference of opinion, but don't go accusing people of something, and don't also going and, like, shaming another body type just because you have a preference for another one. That's also not okay. Just be kind to each other. Understand that, you know, people are upset for a different reason. People are upset because they're feeling robbed of their money, and they're feeling like the quality is going down, and they're not actually seeing what Monster High fans want. And people want the space for G1 dolls. People also want the space for G3 dolls, but the space is there. That is the current relevant generation that is with us today.
I 100,000% agree with that, okay? And the space is the space for love. And that's what the community should be all about. Will we be getting the doll?
No. Sorry, ghouls. We're going to sit this one out. No, but honestly, guys, I'm not going to waste my time voting on that, because, like we've said in this video, I think the options are crap, not up there with collector worthy in my opinion. And you know what? Maybe us not getting the dolls is going to open that space up for some of you who want the doll. And by all means, if you want her, go out and get her. That is up to you as a collector. If you love that doll, go for it. But, you know, for some of you who don't love that doll, I want you to sound off in the comments and state your opinion, whether you love her or you don't. But you know what? Like, we need to allow the space for people who don't like the doll, and not to be scared to be called names. You know, do not fear people into having their opinion. To be honest with you guys, I was worried if we should do this video or not because I was worried that people would label us like that.
Yeah.
But I'm here to stand up for everyone today who does not enjoy this doll for valid reasons, not because of the reasons that are being thrown around, and tell you that we're allowed to have an opinion based on the actual collecting the doll and not some made up thing that you all think it is, because that is just ridiculous.
Not true.
Mattel or Monster High, if you ever happen to come across this, which you probably won't, but if you do, stop scamming your fans and be a bit more transparent about this. The transparency was not there. If you were planning on making a Gen 3 doll in a collector line, then say so first. Make that obvious to us, because everyone, when you go back and look at the comments, every single person thought this was going to be a Gen 1 doll. Whether you prefer the Gen 3 doll or not, we all thought it was going to be a Gen 1 doll because that was the expectation. Everyone was surprised. Even if you choose to prefer it or not, we were still all surprised, and you cannot deny that.
We were all blindsided by it.
Speaking of blindsided, actually, do you think that Mattel gives a bit of distrust in the brand now?
Yes, 100%. There's a huge distrust in the brand because the previous releases in these collectors, right, they all have been G1 dolls.
Yeah.
And instead of being transparent with all of us Monster High fans that they want to make a Gen 3 collector doll, they drop this bombshell.
Well guys, like we said, comment down below. If you've made it this far into the video, drop a little cat emoji in honor of Catty Noir. Let us know your thoughts down below, what you think about this. Just be respectful to one another, please. That's all we ask of you guys. And honestly guys, this is the last time talking about this subject in this video and in these comments. If you want to know more of our opinion or you want to debate it more, then the comment section down here is where to do so. Please ask you kindly to not DM us about it or anything, because we're not really going to talk about it anymore after this. We kind of want to put this behind us and hope that Monster High just do better in the future.
Alright plastics, if you enjoyed this video of us talking about the Fangvote Catty Noir release, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything we post here on Dripped in Plastic.
Bye plastics.
If you want to see more fun and exclusive content, we have so many cool things in store for our members.
Like behind the scenes footage of how we film and edit our videos, exclusive members only content, and so much more.
So go ahead and hit that join button and become a member today.
Get Dripped in Plastic from cozy hoodies to stylish tote bags. Our exclusive merch has everything you need to rep the channel in style.
Don't forget to snap a pic rocking your new gear, share it with us, and you could be featured on our channel.
Wear your vibe, join the movement, and let's get Dripped in Plastic together.